the record is ready since August, so we're really excited. We can't wait the people to hear it and to put it out and start promoting the album, touring, because we really believe it's a strong album, it's a mature album for the band, and so we really want to go out and tour and play the songs for the people. Oh, basically we recorded all the music in Milan in a nice vintage studio with a lot of vintage equipment, and just because it was more comfortable for the band to be there, to be closer to their families, and they really like the fact that we save a lot of money also on the flights, on the travel, on the cost of staying away. So it was just a good idea, and we found the right studio with the right atmosphere, and the producer loved it, so we say why not. And then we've been, me, Christina and Marco, the bass player, we've been going to Los Angeles for 3 weeks to finish all the vocals, to record all the vocals and the keyboards arrangement, all the final touches of the album, and then mix it in Milan and master it in Milan as well. Since 10 years we're living with our music, so we have to focus a lot, you know, especially with all the changes that have been through the music business recently, and not only the music business, with all the internet, the downloading, the fact that it's so hard to sell records, the fact that all the bands are going on tour all the time, so it's getting harder also to tour because there's no more place, people doesn't have money to see every band, you know. So you need always to keep it fresh and to find a new interesting way for the people to get attention to your band, and it is becoming a job. Even Facebook is a job, you know. I have to follow the band page and then my page and the official page, and now Twitter is coming, and you know, it's almost a job that you have to update it every day, otherwise people don't follow you anymore, you know. And you have to find out. It's interesting and challenging in one way because there is more freedom. And there are new ways of doing things that are maybe more interesting than before. It's not the standard process. But on the other hand, it's a lot of work, you know. Basically, it was a little negative because we've been through some personal issues. Every member has his own problems, you know, nothing crazy, stuff that happens in everybody's life, but somebody split with his girlfriend, somebody moved from another house, somebody, a relative of the family died. So, you know, stuff that happens. Since we're always on tour, when we're home, we really realize the normal life, what they call the normal life, so the everyday life, you know. So there was this little negative moment. I had a little problem with my health, nothing bad, but just a little problem that I never experienced before, so I had to face different time. Then I solved the problem, but there was a little negative charge that we wanted to turn into something else. So that's why we call the album Dark Adrenaline, because we were coming from a darker place, but we knew that we could take that and use it as inspiration to create something new, something more powerful, something more energetic. That's why the album has a lot of very powerful songs, as well as darker kind of theme and vibes here and there, and also the lyrics are a little darker than usual, because it's the place where we were when we started songwriting for the album. I think the negative situation always gives you the best inspiration, because it is when you suffer that you really understand what you're doing, and that you really ask questions to yourself, and you have a lot of things that you want to put out because you want to get rid of it, you want to push it out. And it's very important to turn it into something positive for you and not get more depressed. You know, instead of lock yourself in the dark moment, it's important to push it out and use this darkness. And sometimes enjoy even the fact that you've been in dark places. Dark Adrenaline is not a concept album, so every lyric is different than the other. Every song has a specific theme that is not connected to the other ones. But in general, there was this darker vibe. So for example, a lot of people give you a different interpretation of the lyrics. Like I had a journalist the other day telling me, oh, you call a song End of Time and another one I Don't Believe in Tomorrow, so maybe you're thinking about the end of the world, you're thinking about the Maya prophecy that they say the next year is probably gonna be the end of the world, or the end of a cycle anyway. And I said no, but it was great that he had this impression, because that's exactly when we write a song, we have our own reasons to write the song, but then everybody can make it his own interpretation. And we have songs, for example, like Against You in the album, which the lyrics are have been inspired by the riot that have been going on in North Africa, and all these people that, because of the internet, because of the freedom that they get from the internet, they wanted to change their life, and they put their life on display and go in the streets and fight and rebel. It's not a political song, but I really like the fact that somebody take the time to do that, because we don't do it anymore, especially in the Western civilization, where we live in a decent level. You know, everybody can afford a little vacation, a little car, a little TV. But sometimes I think you have to struggle for your goals. You know, it doesn't have to be a riot necessarily. It can be just standing for your ideas and just fight a battle. You know, you can't take everything for granted and just be passive, you know, of all the politicians, of all these fucking banks that are destroying the economy. I think we need to do something about it. And sometimes it's good to riot and to fight for these things. You know, we're not become a Rage Against the Machine. We're not gonna tell you left wing, right wing, this or that. It's important to realize that there is something more in life than just have, you know, your soccer game, or which I love. I personally love soccer, but it's not just that. You know, life is also about standing for your ideas sometimes. The cover, we have two covers actually. One is the one where we already showed to the people with the glass vials with the black liquid, which is the Dark Adrenaline, obviously. And we will have also a DVD, which will be coming with a special edition of the CD that has 6 little clips, one for every member of the band, that then I'm gonna explain a little bit the Dark Adrenaline concept, and it will be more clear, and the story will be basically Christina being injected with this Dark Adrenaline, and then start to have visions that are these 6 mini clips that are very horror, thriller and dark kind of style, you know, and it will be fun to watch. And then we have another cover which has been Marco, our bass player. He drew personally all the images for the cover, and will be a very limited edition that you will receive randomly. Like, you don't know, if you order the CD from a big outlet and it's gonna come to your house, you can receive the normal version, or you can receive Marco's version, which is in a very limited number. So it's gonna be like an egg chase that you don't know how to get it, but you might get it. I think it's a very mature album for us. There is a little bit of our history in some of the songs. Some of the sounds are maybe more traditional, Lacuna Coil, and some other songs are more experimental in a way, more heavier than ever probably. We never had so many heavy songs, so many lead guitars, so many changings in the drum part, and the guitar are very prominent in the album too. And other songs are more anthemic with the big chorus, more like in our style. Some other are more ballads kind of songs. So there is, in the lyrics and in the music, quite a wide spectrum of sounds, I think. We wanted another cover because Enjoy the Silence helps us a lot, especially on the festivals when we play and people doesn't really know your band, but then they can get into the show just by singing the cover, you know. So we wanted to try something like that, and this song, it was from a very well-respected band, just like Depeche Mode, a huge band with a huge record selling, but always respectable. They never sell out, they never went cheap on their music. So we wanted a band like that to cover, and a famous song, of course. And also the title, Losing My Religion, was appealing very well with our titles as well. So we tried it, and it worked out pretty well. I think in the end it turns out like a very similar song to our own songs. So we decided to put it in the album. We've done this little tour in Europe just because we wanted to come back on the road after many months, and we wanted to, before we go to face such a big tour as Gigantour, we wanted to be ready and to be more used to play the song. We also tried a couple of the new songs on the road, so we actually get better at play the songs and having reactions from the people, and so now I think we're ready, and will be a very big tour. We're gonna do Gigantour, but then probably we're gonna go headlining in the States, and then go to South America with Lamb of God and Hatebreed, and then back to the States again for festivals, for the radio stations. So it's gonna be like 3-4 months in the States, and then come back to Europe for May, do the European festivals in Europe, and then the headline tour in Europe in the fall, like October, and then probably Japan and Australia. But that's the plan for the year. We have to see what's happening with the album first, of course. I just invite everybody to take a listen to the album, and then if they like it, they're gonna buy the album and not just download it. And but first you can download it to listen to it. That's fine for me. And then we hope to come back, and then if you like the album, come to visit us at the show and enjoy the music if you like it.